I had replaced the pull-out, as a sofa with a pull-out bed that originally came in this Miramar with a triple section power recliner from RecPro. And it was that triple section I had was 80 inches long from there to here, and it was came to about here. There's a previous video on that. To accommodate this plumbing right here, it stands up about 6 inches and works in this trough, I guess you'd call it, or cutout here when the slide moves in and out. I built a raised floor or platform up 6 inches high so that the new deck was above this pipe so that that could slide underneath. Now originally those junction boxes and all this wiring were laying flat down in here. And the junction boxes, you can see some of the labeling there, probably like water heater, etc. Markings there. The J boxes were loaded here. This area was just a jumble of water lines and electrical cords. All of this stuff here crossed over this opening. All of this stuff here crossed over this opening back to the J boxes. That's the wiring did, and then the plumbing crossed this way. So you had X's across here, and it was really congested. It also had a canvas boot that fit over that was supposedly sealed it, which it didn't. All it served to do was just get jammed up in there and gum up the works. So what I did was I took the J boxes loose here, moved them down this way, and then put them up against the wall. That gave me enough slack for this wiring so that I could run it behind the opening. That wire doesn't move, that's stationary, it moves with the slide, so you don't have to worry about it having slack or looping or anything. One wire, in doing that, one wire, this one, the top one there that runs to the receptacle up in the dinette down on the bottom, was too short. So I put a junction box in there, ran it into that, and a jumper over to here. And then I ran another wire back over through here, and it's coiled up right now in this wall. I'm going to put an outlet in that wall, convenience outlet. But anyway, in that junction box I installed an outlet so that I could plug the motors that run the power recliners into that. And everything's all kosher now, and it's all the way it should be. This pipe here was pulled out this way and had a bunch of slack, and there was a big loop in it like this. And up underneath here, I was able to, I don't know if I can show you or you can see it, but I was able to remove a small cleat that was holding this drain line up right here. So that allowed this to drop down, because what I had, and then by doing that I could shove the pipe that way. I tried shortening this pipe, but it looks like it's ends on it are molded, or at least I couldn't get them out without damaging it. So by removing that little cleat that was in there, I could shove the drain line back without causing a loop or a P-trap in it. And that allowed this pipe here to not have to loop so far back into this area here like it was before. And it was catching on those seatbelt studs and all that stuff. So in the process of eliminating the raised floor, then my seatbelts will work again without extensions. And it'll get my chairs down lower. I should be right at the bottom of the valance on each side. No obstruction to the window. And just a more comfortable seating arrangement. I'll get that component tomorrow, so I should be able to set the new 70-inch assembly in. It's going to be the two outside pieces and then a narrow 9-inch console in the center, so it'll only be a two-seater, like theater seating, and should come to about here, where my point of my shoe is, somewhere in there. Then this area in here, I'll have to build a box, and I'm going to upholster the ports out here with some material I got from RecPro that matches the seats, and put a countertop on it, probably be about this high, probably around 16, 18 inches high, and make that removable, so if I need to get into this area and do any entangling or inspections or repairs, I can do that without having to pull the seats out, which you can do. It's not that hard, but it's just one less thing to do. Anyway, that's the status so far, and I'll get some add-ons to this when I've got it installed. Okay, here's where we're at now. The seats are installed, and I built the box or cabinet to fill in the space at the end. Was able to get a drawer in there. I can show you the finished drawer later and what the top looks like on it. I said in the earlier video this was a 70-inch assembly. It's actually 67. This is a 9-inch console. You can get a 12-inch, and then a bigger one, 22-inch is what I had in here originally. 67 works best in this model RV. I was able to drop it down on that deck as I showed in the previous video, and I wanted to show you installing it. There's a railing on the frame, front and back, that crosses the front rail and the rear rail. I drilled holes in there and just screwed right down to the deck. I was able to access these screws by extending the recliner, laying it flat, and going up underneath there, just a regular DeWalt drill. And I pre-drilled the holes before I set the pieces in there, because I could turn them upside down and do it easier. And then all I had to do is put the screws in. Worked real good. I also bolted these sections with a small machine screw. I believe it was probably a number 10 screw here and here, and in the same places in the back. So that ties all three components together. They're real sturdy, and I don't have any problem with them. This assembly here, I wanted to show you. I'm going to run the slide here in a minute. This is that drain line that we talked about in the other video. I'm going to show you how it'll go back in there. A couple of things I did, you may or may not be able to see. There's a white strap right there. I took a piece of strapping and strapped this drain line, secured it here to keep the line from slipping this way. What I found out was happening was this line was pulling out a little bit each time I operated it, and then I ended up with a bunch of slack in here. So I tied it off there, and that stopped that problem. I also put some duct tape around it here just to smooth out these. You can see where it drags a little bit right there. It wants to drag on the ribs on the pipe. I don't know if that helps that much. Anyway, we'll run it here in a second, and let's take a look at it. Okay, then we'll run it back out. You can see the ribs. You might be able to see it in the video. They're kind of catching on the corner of that recliner, but I think it'll be okay. I wanted to add one little comment here about that large gap there in the floor. what I did was took a piece of, I think this is 5-inch memory foam, and then ran a old dog lead through it so it has a loop on the end. I put this in from the outside, stuff it up in the hole, and run my water line through this so that I don't forget to take it out when I'm bringing the slide in out. I'm pretty forgetful, so that helps. But anyway, I just go in from the bottom and shove that up in the hole, and it seals it off pretty good. Here's a look at the finished product. Finally got the top put in, finished, made up. This is 3/4 oak, laminated together and then finished out. This is covered with fabric I got from RecPro that matches the seats. This is the drawer. It's about 32 inches deep. Full extension hardware I got on Amazon. End result is much better, more comfortable, and just a better fit for this model RV.